Hi Edwin, how are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
Cool. I'm good. Thank you for asking. Hi Alex, how are you?
I'm fine. Working in the UTR.
Okay, good. I'm glad. And guys, we're gonna wait 5 minutes to see if more people come, okay?
That's fine.
Okay, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna show you my screen. So guys, good afternoon again. I hope you are doing fine. I hope you had a nice weekend. The topic for today is comparing things. We're going to talk about comparatives and superlatives. Okay, and before we start, I would like that you tell me, write on the chat, two difference and one similarity between these two pictures. Okay, por favor escriban en el chat dos diferencias y una similitud entre las dos fotos. Porfa, dame un momento.
Teacher,
Sí, Edwin, tell me.
¿toca escribirlo en el chat o toca decirlo?
Um, you can write on the chat or you can tell me how you want.
To superlative and to comparative, or one of each one? Tell me, please. We
Por
must
ahora,
to
pues,
create.
for now, you are free to use whatever you want. But just tell me two differences and one similarity. Yes,
Okay.
however you want. Okay. Hi, Maria. How are you?
Hi, teacher Fane, and you?
I'm good, thank you.
Teacher,
María,
¿podría explicarme qué
today we're
trabajan?
talking. Sí, sí. Mira, vamos a escribir entre estas dos imágenes, a decir dos diferencias y una similitud en el chat. ¿Ok?
Renata.
Uh, Hi, Edison. How are you?
Hi, teacher. Fine.
Good. And Edison, today we're talking about comparing things. And the first exercise is to describe at least two differences between these two pictures and one similarity. Okay? You can write it down on the chat or you can tell me verbally how you want. Okay?
Hey, teacher. I think I'll do it verbally.
Okay. So go ahead.
Okay, the first one, the beach, it looks more uh, like I don't know, free space. There's not much buildings, just the places where the people lay down. Um, there's a lot of trees comparing to the second image. There's obviously the sea, and I think it's like more a relaxing place. And the other one is a big city like Bogota, I think. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of houses, and it seems like there's a lot of clouds. There's not much sun.
That's good. Thank you, Edison. Good comparisons. So Alex wrote down the pig at the left. On the left, it's more beautiful than the picture on the right. Good. And the two pigs have the same blue, clear sky. Good. Island is prettier than the city. Prettier. Maria. Nature, urban, okay, shortly. Similarity, tourist destinations. Okay, yes, that is right. They are both tourist destination, right? And Edwin, the coast has better scenery than the city. And both the coast and the city have a sunny day. Nice. Thank you, guys. Yeah. So, wait. And before I start the explanation for the class today, I would like to ask you which words do you use to compare things? Someone wants to share?
Comparative.
To compare things, which words do you use? For
An
example,
example.
for
Bigger,
example, yeah.
faster.
And what? And yes, you use bigger, right? That means.
That's
Wait a
an,
minute.
that's
I
an
write.
example.
It's an example. Yeah, that means that you need to use ER, right? What is the name?
Yeah.
What are the names of these words? Someone knows, like big, small, expensive, beautiful. Which kind of group they belong to? ¿A qué grupo de como a qué grupo pertenecen estas palabras? O cómo se llaman estas palabras cuando al clasificarlas.
Monosílabas.
Big, small, expensive, beautiful, clear, the words that you use to describe something.
Yeah.
They are adjectives, right? Adjectives. So we use adjectives.
Adjectives.
Adjectives. Blah, blah, blah. What else do we use, guys? Besides ER, adjectives.
Cuando la
when you
palabra
say
es muy extensa, necesitamos usar more. For example,
that's
expensive.
correct.
We must put after the word more. Yes, before the word more expensive. More
Exactly.
beautiful.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, with long words, we use more,
The word
and
more.
we also
Yeah.
use than. Yeah, and if we can use er or est, right? Or with special words, like the word happy. because it ends, these words that ends with Y, with the letter Y, then, wait, give me a second, I'm not so fast. Happy, then we don't use
Happiest.
only ER, but it's
EST.
happier, right? Yeah, so these are like, I hope I'm not
Happiest.
forgetting something, but yeah, these are the like kind of what we used to compare, right? Yeah, so when we talk about comparisons, we have superlatives and comparatives and superlatives, right?
Yeah.
And in comparatives, you need to remember that you use it to compare only two things. Yes, between two persons, two places, or two animals, and so on, right? And we use comparative adjectives to show change or make comparisons, right? And superlatives, we use them to compare more than three things, right? So these are some examples, like for example, this book is more interesting than that one, or this is the most interesting book I have ever read. The most, because this is a superlative, remember, and he's talking about many books, also from all books. And here is comparing just two things. So we have more, and it's a long word, so we use more and no ER, right? Yeah. So what else? I know that I forget something. Yes, so we have here some examples. Edwin, could you please read these examples? Edwin,
Yes, teacher. I have to write.
could you please read these examples?
Okay, teacher. So, he's taller than me. I'm feeling happier now. We need a bigger garden. This room is more beautiful than that room.
Thank you. And superlatives. Maria, could you please read these examples?
Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all the time. She is the most talented singer in our class. My grandfather is the oldest person in our family.
Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, so these are the superlatives, and there are some words also, that are irregular, and we cannot add er um, or words like more, or they're like special cases, and we don't say better, then we say better, right? And in superlatives you say the best, and or for bad you don't say worse, but you say sorry, if for bad you don't say better, right? This is wrong, but you will need to say words for comparisons, or for superlatives you use words, right? And like this, there are many other words that you need to remember or memorize them. And yeah, that's pretty much the explanation. Is pretty basic, it's no, I think it's a topic that we hear often. And yeah, today we're gonna practice that. Do you have questions?
Oh, teacher.
Yeah, thank you, Edison. Yeah, so now we're gonna, just gonna do the whole class, make comparisons, and we are going to use superlatives, or you can use comparatives. And yeah, just so you know that. There is a mini exercise here. We are going to write on the chat pretty quick. I'm gonna give you in the next slides, I'm gonna give you a sentence. Les voy a dar una oración. And you're gonna give me an example with superlative and comparatives. Taking into account the sentence, right? So for example, here we have sentence is this laptop is fast. And then you need to write down a comparative sentence like, for example, this laptop is faster than my old one, or a superlative sentence also. This is the fastest laptop I have ever used. Okay, so one comparative and one superlative. And the sentence is, the test was difficult. Okay, so please compare one comparative sentence with this and one superlative. Thank you. Pues lo explico en español por si acaso. Tienen esta oración, the test was difficult, y tienen que escribir, porfa, en el chat una oración comparativa y otras con superlativos, usando pues lo que puedan de esta oración. ¿Sí? The test was difficult. Okay. Edwin, could you please read your sentences?
Okay, teacher. So, um, this semester exam was harder than the other semester at university. The exam was the most difficult of my entire care.
Entire career. Good, thank you. And Edison,
Yes, teacher, the test was harder than my last physics physics test, and that was the hardest test I've ever had.
good. Alex, could you please read your example, Alex? Maria, could you please read your example?
Comparative, the test was more difficult, and superlative, the test was the most difficult.
Nice. Thank you, Maria. Okay. So we're gonna continue. The next activity, I'm gonna give you a picture. I'm gonna give you a picture, and you're gonna describe, make at least four comparisons, okay? And one, wait, let me see. And one similarity, okay? Four comparisons and one similarity. Each of you gonna have a different picture, and you need to choose a sticky note and write your examples, okay? Your answers. So you can use phrases like here, for example, the first picture is brighter than the second one, or the building is the tallest in the city, or the second picture looks more modern than the first one, or I don't know, or or also your opinion. You can write down like I find a businessman better than the artist because they are more, I don't know, like smarter or not smarter, but or I would like to be one. I don't know. You can just, write whatever you want. But important is that you make a comparison, okay? And I send you the link so you can write your things here. And so Edwin, you're gonna do old cities versus modern cities, okay? And Alex, you're gonna do this one, the cat versus the lion. And Maria, you're gonna do artist versus businessman. And Edison, you're gonna do ebook versus print book. Okay? ¿Tienen preguntas? Do you have questions?
No, teacher.
Teacher.
only comparative or superlative too, or not?
You can use whatever you want, superlative or comparative. Okay, Alex?
That's right. Thank you.
Chris, si quieres, you only need to add a sticky note, okay? And you have cat versus lion to compare, please.
Okay. Uh, Cats and lions are so similar.
Alex, could you please turn off your microphone meanwhile while you do your work? Thank you.
No, no sé, no me quiso funcionar el frame.
Mira aquí, yo te agrego acá y aquí puedes escribir, ¿sí? ¿Sí ves esto
¿De
acá?
cuál color?
Este.
Este de azul.
Ahí puedes escribir.
Ok, thank you.
Eh, um, Alex, you need to compare them between the two, okay? Between the cat and lion, okay? Hacer la comparación entre los dos, por favor. Un ejemplo, por ejemplo, cats are smaller than lions. This is an example. Pretty easy and yeah, like this.
You can see my compares.
No, I don't see.
On the chat, on the meeting chat.
Ah, okay. Yes, I see, but um, you need to do the comparison between cats and lions, okay? So, for example, cats are smaller than lions. This is an example, okay? And like this, you can
But I
find,
all are wrong. I wrote cats are like are more faster than a lady in a bike.
yes, but here you are comparing a cat with a lady, not a cat with a lion. And here you are comparing a lion with a car and not a lion with a cat. You know what I mean? Estás comparando aquí un
Yeah,
gato con una chica y no un gato
I
con un
must to
león. O
change.
aquí,
Yeah, I must change. Cats
you
are
need to
more
compare
faster.
only cats. Yes, you need
A
to compare
lion,
only cats against
a
lions. You
lion.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
Comparar gatos con leones solamente. O solamente la foto. Puedes comparar solamente lo que ves en la foto. El gato es más pequeño que el león. O el gato, o los dos tienen el mismo color de cabello. O sea, también es una comparación. ¿Tienes?
I think that did. I think that I am.
Ujú. But I need three more. Mm, tres más, tres oraciones más,
Okay.
porfa. Okay, meanwhile, Edwin, could you please read your sentences?
Okay, teacher. So, Coal City is quieter than Mother City. Mother City is more devout than other city. Mother City is the most advanced place in terms of technology. Other City is the most historic and traditional areas.
Nice. And do you prefer old cities or modern cities?
The both
Why? Why do you prefer old cities, Edwin? Or do you say modern?
teacher the both because they are beautiful place to see.
Thank you. Thank you for your participation. Maria, would you please read your answers?
Um, the artist is more creative than the boss's name. Man, the boss's name is more practical than the artist. The artist is the most creative person in the room. The boss's name is the most successful in his industry.
Good. And would you rather to be an artist or a businesswoman?
Artist,
Why?
because I like their creativity and they why they can express emotions and thoughts through their work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a nice answer. Thank you,
Okay,
Maria.
okay.
Good. And now, Asamir is not finished, or yes, are you done?
Yes, teacher, I finished.
Okay. Could you please read?
Yes. The ebooks are more accessible than the print books, and most of the print books are cheaper than ebooks. Print books are the greatest way of reading, and ebooks are the best way of conserving all text and books.
Okay, good. And do you prefer ebooks or print books?
I write more in print books because as I write, they are a greatest way of reading, like the experience, but ebooks are good, are more accessible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good. Thank you, Edison. And now we got Alex. Could you please read your sentences?
Okay. Could you listen me?
Yeah, I hear you. Mhm.
Okay. Cats are more faster than a lion. Uh, Cats are more smarter than lions. Lions are heavier than cats. Cats are
Mm-hmm.
more tender than lions. Lions are more aggressive than cats. Excuse.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. Really good. And do you, if you could have a lion, would you have a lion or do you stay with cats?
Uh, I think that for a moment with no one of this, because I don't have money.
Ah, okay, good. It's okay. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
So, guys, good job. Gonna close here. We're gonna do another activity. And this time we're gonna do kind of like a debate. I said kind of because we don't have enough like time. We don't have enough time to do a real debate. But the idea is that we're gonna express our ideas using comparisons. Okay, and you're gonna get a topic. Okay, for example, I say an example. Maria and Edison get, I don't know, laptop versus computer, right? And Maria is gonna talk about laptop and Edison's gonna talk about computer. You're gonna have 5 minutes to think or to write down your ideas for yourself. ¿Sí? Escriben para ustedes mismos las ideas o pues si no quieren las escriben, pero para pensar 5 minutos. Why laptop is better than computer or why computer is better than laptop. and you need to, after the 5 minutes, you need to tell me your ideas, okay? And like you need to sell me your idea, like why I should choose better, or why I should buy a laptop and not a computer, or why I should buy a computer and not a laptop. Okay. And yeah, practically that's the idea. And do you have any questions about what we're gonna do? ¿Tienen preguntas?
We have I'm sorry, I didn't hear. You choose for all the like if I was the
No,
desktop and Maria was the laptop or no?
no, you choose, for example, for example, you and Maria are together. So, Maria chooses the topic, right? Like coffee versus tea or train versus airplane. But you, Edison, you choose if you want to talk about train or if you want to talk about airplane. Okay? We do it like this.
Okay.
Mm, Okay. So, yeah. So, Maria, which topic do you want to talk about? Coffee versus tea, iPhone versus Samsung, laptop versus computer, or train versus airplanes?
I might choose train versus airplane.
Okay. And Edison, do you want to talk about airplanes or trains? Like which one better is better for you?
Yes, airplanes.
Okay. Then Maria talks about trains. Okay. Then you have 5 minutes to think about your ideas. And Edwin, which topic do you choose? Coffee versus tea, iPhone versus Samsung, or laptop versus computer?
iPhone versus Samsung.
Okay, good. And Alex, do you prefer iPhone or Samsung?
I prefer Samsung.
Okay, good. So, Edwin, you're gonna talk about why iPhone is better than Samsung. Okay. Then in 5 minutes, I talk to you again, and then we start with Maria and Edison. So, Maria, are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so you can tell me why trains are better than airplanes.
In my opinion, trains are better than airplanes because they offer more space to move around, which fewer security checks and baggage, algo así, restrictions. Train stations are located in city centers, making them easier to reach, and the journey itself is relaxing with scenic views. And train tickets are often cheaper, especially when booked in advance.
Mm-hmm. That is good. Good is good statements. Do you think which one do you think is faster, a train or an airplane?
Airplane.
Okay. Um, okay. Why? Why do you think airplane?
¿Puedo pensar un momentito?
Yes, of course. Mhm.
I think that the travel is quickly.
Teacher, I think airplanes are faster because they fly at high altitudes and can cover long distance quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
And which one do you like prefer? Like personally, do you would you travel more often if you could by train or by airplane?
Airplane.
Okay, good. Thank you, Maria. Good job. Really good explanation. And it's on your turn.
Thank
Why
you.
do you think airplanes are better than trains? Better than
Mm.
trains, sorry.
I think airplanes are better than trains because, as you already said, they are faster. Like, let's suppose you want to go from Bogota to Barranquilla. Well, in car, don't know if there's a train rule. I think it's not, but in car there are 18 hours, almost 19. And in airplane, you just do 1 hour and a half or 2 hours. So airplanes are way faster. You want to travel longer distances. Um,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so I see here. It says that generally train tickets are more expensive than airplanes because the infrastructure of the train and the stations are like more demanding. They demand more maintenance and
Okay.
like resources than airplanes. So I think it could
Mm-hmm.
be cheaper traveling in airplane when you want to go longer distances.
Mm-hmm. And you, in your experience, do you think trains are more punctual than airplanes, or plane airplanes are more punctual than trains?
Well, I think it depends on the like the weather and that, but I think trains are more punctual because airplanes and the companies often have like those delays, so
Yeah.
it's better the train that way.
Yeah, that's true. And do you prefer more like traveling by train or traveling by airplane?
I haven't traveled on train, but I guess it would be like the the metro. So I think I still with the airplane travel thing.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Edison, for your ideas. Nice, well done, guys. Now is Edwin and Alex turn. So, Edwin, please tell me why do you think iPhone is better than Samsung?
Okay, teacher. So, in my opinion, the iPhone is better than Samsung in terms of security and system performance. The iPhone is also faster than many Samsung models when opening apps and processing tasks. Some people
Mm-hmm.
say the iPhone has the best camera quality for photos, especially in low light. Is also
Mm-hmm.
considered the most secure phone because of its privacy settings and so what
Mm-hmm.
updates. However, Samsung phone and something cheaper than iPhone and have bigger screen. Still, for many users, the iPhone is the most popular smartphone because
Mm-hmm.
of its design, speed, and security.
Okay. Good. The good points. And Edwin, um, in your city, is iPhone more popular than Samsung or Samsung more popular than iPhone?
I think that Samsung.
Okay. And which one do you prefer? Would you rather as would you like to have an iPhone or Samsung?
I prefer iPhone.
Okay. Why? Because or what you do say or do you have like another thing to
Uh, because it's easier to use and very fast.
say? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
good. Really good. Thank you, Edwin. Now, Alex, why do you think Samsung is better than iPhone?
Okay, in my case, I prefer Samsung because Samsung is better than an iPhone because you can download more free apps and works so fine. Samsung is better than an iPhone because supports more apps and continue working fine. Samsung is better than an iPhone because it shares resists more time than an iPhone. That's all.
Mm-hmm. You are really good. Um, do you think um, um, like which phone do you think has a better camera, iPhones or Samsung?
I think that the two in this moment are are so similar because Samsung
Uh-huh.
developed cameras to take pictures under the sea and different places, different contexts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really good. And do you also would you buy a Samsung or would you buy an iPhone?
In my case, I buy a Samsung, but in this moment, I don't have the money, the enough money.
But okay, that's good. Thank you, Alex, for your participation. You all did really good, did really good explanations and arguments why one is better than the other. That was the idea. Um, so now we're gonna do this activity that is I explain you right now. We are going to describe a person, okay? So you're gonna describe, you can choose a best friend or you can choose someone from your family. And you need to write at least 4 sentences using comparative. You can talk about physically or about personality. Yes, anything that you want to tell, you can, but you need to describe this person. And you do it, I send you the link here, post the answer, okay, en el chat. En el chat les envío un link para describir, van ahí y escriben en este white box, escriben ahí la respuesta, describen a su mejor amigo o amiga o a alguien de la familia. Escogen a alguien, lo escriben usando comparativos. Y ya, chicos, los espero su respuesta.
Teacher, a mí no me deja entrar.
Entonces, escribirlo en el chat. No problema. ¿Ok?
Teacher, ya iba a compartir mi aporte en el NAPOD, pero me dice que supera el
¿Tampoco?
límite de palabras.
Ah, es que son 250. Ah, bueno, no, entonces ahí póngalo todos en el chat. Bueno,
Ok.
gracias, María. Nice. So, Edwin, could you please read your test?
Teacher, my best friend is kinder than many people I know. He is funnier than my other friends, and he always makes me laugh. In my opinion, he is the most honest and the most royal person I have ever met. He is also more responsible than others in our group. For me, he is the best friend because he always supports me and gives me the best advice.
Well, really nice. Thank you, Edwin. And good. You use much this superlative. This is cool also. And Alex, could you please read your test?
Okay, give me a second. Mm, I cannot find that. I'm looking for a second. Okay. Okay. I wrote. I will talk about my journey. My journey smiles more beautiful than my own. My journey is more beautiful than my classmate. My journey loud more sweet than I can have.
You're really sweet. Good. Thank you, Alex. And now, Maria, your turn.
My best friend Sarah is way kinder than most people I know. She's also more patient and understanding, especially when I need some to talk to. She's way smarter than she gives herself credit for and always knows how to handle the situations when it comes to being supportive. She is better than anyone, always there for me no matter what.
Really nice best friend, Maria. This word, way, okay, way kinder, and really good. You use this much. Nice, thank you, Maria. And now, last Edison, please.
Me, my mom is smaller than me, but she's definitely stronger than me. She's younger than most of the moms of other people at my age. I always think she's my sister or something like that, my friend. And my mom is the best chef, teacher, friend, and motivational speaker that I ever met.
That's also sweet. Thank you, Edison. You guys talk really well about your loved ones. Nice. Good. Really good. Really good. Thank you guys for your participation in this activity. And we're gonna do, let's see, yes, this activity. And this one, we are not gonna write anything. We're gonna compare two things again. I'm gonna spin the wheel. Wait, I don't know why
Teacher,
it doesn't.
teacher,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
le iba a pedir una excusa de que ahora a las 3:40 tengo una cita médica, entonces, si podría retirarme antes.
Sí, no hay problema. Igual creo que esa ya es la última y ya. Creo que más o menos también a las y 40 ya estamos terminando.
Ah,
No hay
ok.
problema, María.
Ok.
Ah, sí, esta va a ser como nuestra última actividad. Guys, I'm gonna spin the wheel. For each of you, be, you're gonna get a topic. For example, I spin the wheel and then I get online learning versus in-person learning. So I say one comparison sentence like online learning is better than, oh no, online learning is um, more practical than in-person learning because I can travel and learn everywhere. Yes, everywhere I want. And then, yeah, just that. Okay. Do you have questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you. So, who wants to start? Maybe Maria.
Con ese ejemplo que está. Ah, ok.
Okay, I do another one and then you. So, Maria, studying alone versus studying in group.
Um, Comparative, I think studying alone is more focused than studying in groups, and studying groups is more interactive than studying alone. And
Mm-hmm.
algo más, ¿tengo que decir algo más? ¿O con eso
No,
está
and
bien?
what or which one do you prefer? Do you prefer studying alone or studying in group?
Alone.
Why?
Because for me is better for focuses in this same I studied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's also good. Yeah. Thank you, Maria. That's well done. That's good. And now, Edwin. So, Edwin, you got cats versus sorry. Sorry. I don't know why I pressed. You got cities versus countryside. You got much about cities today. Cities versus countryside. Edwin.
Teacher, cities are vaster than the countryside because they are more people, cars, and buses, business.
Too. And do you prefer to live? Would you prefer to live in a city or to live in a countryside?
Countryside,
Yeah, really? Why?
because the countryside is the most peaceful place to relax and enjoy nature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, good choice. Thank you, Edwin. Alex, for you, we got mountains versus beaches.
In my case, I prefer mountains because you don't feel the sound so high when you stay on a beach.
Okay, and one comparative sentence with mountains and beaches.
Mountains are more interesting than beaches because beaches
Mm-hmm.
have many people and mountains are so long and
Yeah, that's correct.
and you and you can start to think only you without noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. It's quiet. Really nice. Thank you, Alex. And we got for Edison. Let's see. No, another one. So Edison, fast food versus home cooked meals.
I I think it's better home cooked meals because they are way cheaper. And let's see, you can like see the process of the cooking. You know, in a fast food, you don't know how are they cooking that food. So I think it's like
Mm-hmm.
a safety, something like that. And
Yeah.
I find cooking fun, so I think the home cooked meals and cooking the food by myself.
Yeah, that is true. And but like personally, do you like more what is your favorite meal is a fast food meal or a home cooked meal?
A home cooked meal.
Okay, which one is?
I think it would be it's called pasta with chicken. Could be.
Mm, that's also good. Thank you, Edison. Good. So, guys, and to finish our class, I have this question for you. And each of you is gonna tell me, uh, can you compare today's lesson to a previous one? You tell me a sentence comparing this lesson with another lesson. Okay? ¿Sí me entienden lo que van a hacer? But you can tell me verbally. And Alex, do you want to start?
Okay. Mm, Today lessons was better than previous lesson because in this lesson I can feel better than the other moments.
Okay, good. Thank you, Alex. That's good. And Edwin?
Teacher, today's lesson was more interesting than the previous one because we use comparatives and superlatives to describe different topics. I think today's lesson was the easiest, más fáciles,
Mm-hmm. Easiest.
easiest for me because it was fun and very practical in the last lesson.
Okay, thank you so much, Edwin. Good. I'm happy to hear that. Edison?
Today's lesson was more like writing typing lesson. Like we write more than the last one.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think this lesson was easier than the last one too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Edison. And Maria?
I think today's lesson is more practical than the last one, but I think it's more useful for applying what we've learned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you, Maria. Yeah, guys. Yes, I also think this was easier today. Um, yes, I think it's because also it's a topic, that you already heard before, you have more now knowledge. But it's always good to practice and to remember everything. And guys, thank you for your attendance today and your participation, of course, for being active. And remember that we have class on Thursday at 2, okay? And yeah, that's all. I hope you have a good day tomorrow.